not very often confused, but I have to admit that this BMW X2 has confused me a bit, because it kind of doesn't know itself what it is or what it's meant to be. It's a BMW, yes, the girls tell you it's a BMW. It's got the front spoiler down at the bottom. It's got the headlights with the daytime running lights. You come around, it tells you it's got the M body kit and the M sports kit, which you can see on the skirts over there at the bottom. Got the upgraded 20-inch mag wheels. And you come around, you can see the almost SUV coupe kind of lines at the back. So the back's a little bit pinched and a little bit almost compromised. And then a feature of the X2 is the BMW propeller badge, very prominent on the C-pillar over here, which is pretty big as well. You come around to the rear of the car and it tells you it's the X2, and more importantly it tells you it's the top of the range model, the X-Drive20d. That's telling you all-wheel drive, the 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel engine that is very common and very popular in the BMWs. A great engine, 140 kilowatts, 400 newton meters of torque, and it certainly is a car and an engine that performs well. You flip that badge over there and your tailgate pops open. And here again is one of my comments about the vehicle and my confusion. It's certainly not a 4-seater family vehicle that you can go put your luggage in for 4, because I found out the luggage space is a little bit compromised as well. And fetching family from the airport, it was a bit of a burden over there. You do have a lift-up section over here to a private little area, secure little area at the bottom, which again is really nice, really useful and important in the South African context. And of course the ease of just simply pressing a button to close the boot. Another factor of this car, when I first saw it in what BMW term galvanic gold metallic paint, I kind of thought, what? But I believe it works on this car. It works in photographs, and I'm sure it's going to work beautifully on this video. It's different. And much as I didn't think it would happen, I really am enjoying driving this car. I'm finding it fun. A lot of people have commented that the X2, it certainly doesn't have the ground clearance for off-roading, but it's got the all-wheel drive for the road holding side and the safety factor. So it's not an off-roader in any way whatsoever. And some people have said, especially with 20-inch wheels, the ride may be a bit hard. I'm finding it pretty pleasant, I have to admit. So overall, I've been very pleasantly surprised. This is a very comfortable car to drive, very smooth, which is typical of BMWs, and very typical, of course, of the 2-litre diesel engine that gives you this lovely smooth ride. And as I said earlier, I'm not finding the ride over hard that a lot of people have commented about and said is an issue to them. It certainly doesn't feel like it to me. It's comfortable. I feel $1 million driving this car. There's something about it, because it's a fairly new model, because I don't think they're going to sell very many of them, I have to be honest. It's very much a niche model, and due to that fact, I think quite simply it's going to be a pretty uncommon sight on our roads, and especially in this color. It really is a look-at-me car, and I'm feeling good. I really am. It's a nice feeling driving it. Of course, the other thing it does have is a set of flappy paddles if you want to use them for the gearbox to override. You go into sport mode on the gear lever. Quite honestly, unless I was on a track with this car, I just don't very often see the use or the need for these systems. But that again is me, I must be honest, and I'm not going to say it would apply to everyone else, but it does apply to me. You've got lots of features on the interior, very standard BMW in many ways, but there are lots of things to show you. For example, we've done 418 kilometers on this test so far, and we're averaging 7.4 liters per 100. I think that's pretty good. And of course, coming over to the center screen over here, you've got the standard BMW screen, which is definitely the eye control, as they call it, one of the upmarket, one of the better systems as well. What is also interesting on this car is you do have a lane departure warning light over here, which also does give you a little bit of a vibration on the steering wheel when it comes through. But interestingly, and I thought this was quite an anomaly again, is it does not give you blind spot warning in your mirrors on the side. So you've got the one without the other, which is a bit strange sometimes in my book. But anyway, that's what they've chosen to do. You come down to the center console over here, you've got your standard BMW 8-speed automatic gearbox, exceptionally smooth, really works well, and of course this button, which is your transmission and your multi-mode transmission. And all you do is you press a button, and when you press it for sport, and you'll see what it tells you on the screen as you go into sport mode. Really interesting. It tightens it up. I can tell you it literally gives you a little shove up your back when you engage sport mode. And I've used sport mode quite a lot on this test and still managed that economy. There is comfort, which is your standard setting, and there's even what they call Eco and Eco Pro fuel efficient setting, which I quite honestly haven't even used on this test because I just haven't felt the need, quite honestly. You've got your iDriver controller over here, which works very standard on BMW. Nice over here. I think it's pretty nice as well. You look at the dash, you've got the carbon fiber look effect over here, and then you've got the very nice stitching matching, of course, the exterior color of the car over there on the dash, and in certain highlighted points even on the carpets down in the footwells, which is pretty interesting as well. And then, of course, a feature that I happen to love, the panoramic sunroof with, of course, the front section opening and a blind that you can simply activate by pressing this button, and it closes for you just like that. One of the factors about buying any BMW, and it applies to a lot of the opposition as well, is the fact that you get the basic car and then you can add extras. And on this particular car, being a press car, they've certainly made sure they give us all the possible extras that are available. I'll run through some of the extras on this car because otherwise it'll take too long. It's got the M Sport package. You saw the M badges on the front. You can see the body skirts, items like that. It's got Navigation Plus, which means it is the upgraded navigation system. It's got active cruise control, which is a boon as far as I'm concerned. Active braking as well. It's got panoramic glass sunroof with the front section that opens. It's got park assist. It's got the special 20-inch mag wheels. It's got electric seat adjustment for the drivers and passenger seats. Upgraded Harman Kardon sound system. Automatic air conditioning. Extended light package, which I do like because that means upgraded lights. And you'll notice, of course, very easily and very clearly the sports seats, the BMW sports seats that this car has. And of course, those are covered with Alcantara. Unusually not a leather Alcantara combination, but just Alcantara seat covering, which grips you nicely if you are in the mood for some sporty driving as well. Then a couple of other items that I think are very important to mention is it does have upgraded headlight system with extended contents, and to me that's very, very important as well. Any extra item that adds safety features in my book is always going to be a major boon to have on the car. And it does have a heads-up display as well. Now, the standard list price for this model, the X-Drive20 diesel, would be just on 700,000 Rand. As we are in this car right now, you're looking at 894,000 Rand as the price of the vehicle. But I will say to you, it's quite simple. Be very, very careful when ticking the option boxes. There's some that, yes, I definitely recommend, especially anything safety related, but there's some that maybe are just pure indulgences, and I leave that entirely up to you. If it does suit you, check it out. There are a few other premium compact SUVs on the market, but this one is right up there with them. For Matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.